Time now, spawnlings, to learn mastery over the dark arts.
Wait, no it isn't.
Oh, it isn't?
No, it's time for the Deathly Hallows Part 2 review.
Oh, okay. My mistake.
If you're a Harry Potter fan, you've probably seen the film by now. It's the final installment in the whole Harry Potter saga, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. But just in case you haven't, we're going to be talking about it in this review, and we don't want to spoil it for you. So this is your official spoiler warning.
Dobby promises not to hide his ocarina in this review, so you're safe to leave the room. Return when you hear this noise.
Well, that's very considerate of you, Dobby. As usual, movie tie-in games have been released alongside the films, and we've been able to have a look at the DS and the 360 version.
Yes, the 360 and PS3 versions of this game are unfortunately rated M, so we can't show them here on Good Game Spawnport, but we have reviewed the 360 one over on the Adult Show.
Oh, well, we have to say something about it though, Barger, because there may be a spawnling out there about to splurge all of their pocket money on this game, or at this very moment writing it at the top of their birthday wish list.
Dobby says it's your duty to inform.
Don't do it! Yes, on the pile of Terabad movie tie-in games, this one is at the top. Or is it at the bottom? It's the worst one.
What's wrong with this door? Looks like some sort of locking charm.
Don't worry, I'll take care of it. Alohomora!
It is truly appalling. It's just this boring cover shooter with all the fun bits played out for you in cutscenes, and it's only a little over 4 hours long. 4 hours!
Dobby thinks it should be encased in the Chamber of Terrible Games, a place where no spell can retrieve it.
And it's so disappointing because we're such big Harry Potter fans, and the Potter world should and has made for some great games.
Indeed it has. So it was with much trepidation that we picked up the DS version of this game, which is rated PG, so we can review it here. In this game, the story actually begins where the previous film ended, in the Malfoy Manor, squaring off against Bellatrix. The first few areas you'll take on will be escaping Malfoys and avoiding Death Eaters in Diagon Alley, before finally arriving at Gringotts Bank.
Gameplay is what it should be. Each character is equipped with their own unique spell, which you'll need to use and combine to solve puzzles and make it through each area. You'll always be travelling in pairs, because this game can actually be played in co-op, which is great.
So while Harry assembles objects to be moved and placed on switches, for example, Ron can move light from one lamp to another to trigger a door or gate to open. And often you'll need to protect him while he does this. The way you make use of these spells is by tracing a pattern on the bottom screen of the DS, which is something a bit different.
Yeah, it is different, and I did find it a bit odd at first, but after a while I came to really like it.
Hermione's special ability is opening locked gates, and in the PS3 and 360 version, she took a ridiculously long amount of time to do this. It was really tedious. In the DS Deathly Hallows, Hermione is swift to the task of door opening, which makes things much more enjoyable. The real challenge will be in getting both of you through some rather tricky areas without taking too much damage.
Yeah, once you start heading towards Gringotts, things definitely get a bit hectic, with shooting spikes and moving platforms which you'll have to navigate both young wizards through. It may look simple, but it can actually get quite fiddly, and one wrong step will send you both back to your starting point. Then of course there's goblins, some rather tough to kill trolls, and of course the dragon boss. These fights are satisfying and become sufficiently difficult. You have a limited use area attack which you can stun with, left button creates a shield, and by tapping an enemy with the stylus you can cast Stupefy to take them out. You can move with the D-pad if you like, but I found it easier just to use the stylus to move. It becomes a bit of a tapathon playing that way, but you know, it works for me.
Objects that have a faint glowing outline around them can be zapped with your wand. Then you're required to scribble back and forth with your stylus, which will cause the object to explode into little coloured stars of XP. It pays to zap through all these, as often they'll reveal extra rooms and hidden bonuses.
Much of the puzzle work involves activating switches in a particular order to open doors to additional rooms and chambers. The answer to these is often subtly indicated by an arrangement of coloured bottles or paintings, and other tricky methods which we won't spoil for you. But things definitely heat up when time limits are introduced as well. I think my favourite puzzles are the ones that require you to use co-op platform switches to get both wizards through an area. I mean, it's good solid puzzling that makes you think, but interspersed with bursts of combat to keep you on your toes as well.
Hidden bonuses include green tokens, which will reward you with additional perks, like extra uses of your stun attack. But collect them all and you'll unlock Voldemort as a playable character, and I think that's good incentive for a second playthrough. All up, I think the Spawnlings got the better end of the deal with the Deathly Hallows games. The DS version is a longer game and it also has puzzles, and they're actually quite engaging. I was pleasantly surprised, so I'm giving it 7.5 out of 10 rubber chickens.
I agree, Barjo. I thought the difficulty curve was well done. The cutscenes were short but told the story well enough, and at least there was co-op. I could have done without a bit of the random scribbling, but all in all, I would definitely recommend this to Harry Potter fans. I'm giving it 7 out of 10 rubber chickens.
Well, Darren, I think it's safe to let the Spawnlings know they can come back.
Yes, Master.
Well, that's it then. The last film and Harry Potter game has been released. It's been years.
I know, I can't believe it.
Are you still as much of a Harry Potter fan as you were in the beginning?
Of course I am.
Really? After all this time?
Always.